Jenny, I want to thank you for being a part of this and coming aboard and talking about all the things. Today, I want to specifically focus on the Essential Rewards program that Young Living offers. So let me ask you, is that something you participate in? And if so, why?
I do participate in that. And actually, the reason has actually changed since I started. So I first got on ER back at like the end of 2017. And the reason I got on was because I actually wanted to start doing the business. So that was the reason. I knew I had to, like check off all the boxes and, do all the things in order to qualify for stuff and everything. And so, but the thing that I found, it's kind of like I discovered the greatness of the program as I went, because I realized that there were things that I was purchasing monthly, just like at the regular store, the grocery store. And I realized, wow, if I just get those through Young Living, then I'm getting so much better quality products, whatever those were. And I'm also becoming a product of the product. So I'm able to share with people like, well, I used to buy shampoo at, this store, and now I use Young Living shampoo and we really love it. And I'm able to share, more and more testimonials, which is great. But we've just found in our family that it kind of became a goal of ours to, well, we need to just get rid of anything that is potentially toxic. And and I think everyone will find in their own homes that they have people who, whether it's a severe health concern or even a minor concern, that every little thing you bring into your home makes a huge difference, especially if it's something you may not see from day to day, but over years and years and years of constant use. And so we immediately looked into like, well, should we buy this product now? Should we buy this product now? And we realized like, well, we don't need candles, so we'll just not buy those anymore. We'll buy all the oils that we can diffuse. And, and that was just kind of like, it was changing our mindset as we went, and it was changing our priorities as we went. And it was just kind of like a wonderful, happy discovery where it started out as, oh, this is what we need to do in order to, get our paycheck and stuff. But after a while, we're like, we really love these products and they're doing so much good. So it kind of, it changed for us over the years, I guess.
I can relate to a lot of what you're saying, totally. I went into it from a different perspective. The opportunity, which we'll talk about in another video, is one of the reasons I joined, but the main reason I joined was because I wanted to support my reproductive system because I've had so many troubles. But like you, when I started on one little thing, I ended up finding other things and other things and other things. So it starts out small, but as you're on this health journey, I like to tell people, when you do one healthy thing, it just makes you want to do another healthy thing and then another healthy thing. And so that's kind of where I started with the whole thing. And like you, I did the candles and I did the plugins. But since I've been switching to some of the more natural stuff that Young Living offers, now when I enter a room, and this is one of those minor things you were talking about, I have the other major thing is my reproductive system, but the minor thing you were talking about, when I enter a room with a lot of fragrance, I can't handle it. Your body just like kind of builds up a tolerance for it, and you don't realize that actually your body all along was saying, please don't.
Yeah.
Until you come out of that and then try to re-enter it again, and your body immediately says, nope, I don't like it, please back away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you feel the same way?
I do. And actually it's funny because and it's kind of like, I'm only saying this because this has been a recent thing for me, is like eating less sugar, and then suddenly you eat sugar again and it's like, wow, that's too much, I don't need any of that, and it's like you walk down the laundry aisle at the grocery store and it's like fragrance just smacks you in the face. And it, like, I have never, my whole life, I never had like major allergies or asthma or any issue like that, where it was like I always had to be aware of that year round, or just certain seasons or whatever. But that's kind of, I guess, in my mind, how it feels when I hit that aisle at the grocery store, because I can't even go down it anymore. I'm always just like, okay, I need to work my way around because it's just, and it's coming, you smell it and it's coming. And, now it's kind of like when we've conditioned ourselves, it's kind of like we've rid all of those synthetic fragrances out of our homes and out of our systems. Now, like if I go to someone's home where they are doing that, I notice it immediately. And usually I don't like it, or another great example of this that you don't realize it until you're not doing it anymore is, so we love the Thieves laundry soap. And I tell this story because I think for me, it's such a big deal because, I grew up with family members who had allergies to soaps or whatever. And so they had to be careful about what they used, but I never experienced that. Well, I have a child who's had skin issues since he was born. Literally, he was diagnosed with cellulitis, which never happens for an infant, but he had that 5 days old. And so that was really crazy. But we found that laundry detergents, we have to be very careful with him, and he'll have horrible eczema. It's just really bad. And we've tried so many different ones, but we finally landed on Thieves because it was another one of those, well, let's try this one now. Let's ditch out the old ones and switch to Young Livings. And, and now, so then obviously I love the Thieves laundry soap and we use it and it's been great for my one child, but obviously I know it's great for all of us. But when I have like a family member who is washing their stuff in the regular detergents, it just smells so toxic to me and anymore. And it almost breaks my heart when it's a baby, because I just think, I can't even think of how many awful things that baby's breathing in or that's sitting on their skin. And it's one of those things that I always tell my team and my family even, who a lot of them are on my team, that we have to be careful about those things because we don't know long-term effects. We don't know from birth until you're, the day you die, which hopefully is not until you're very, very old, but we don't know those long-term effects. And there's so much cancer and, I just,
Right.
I can go on and on, but it's like, you just don't realize how bad it is until you've kicked it out and then it just hits you again. Like I could just keep saying, it feels like you're getting hit in the face with it. And that just, the reason why that even came up was because just this weekend we had a family get together and I could just smell the laundry detergent on people. And so, if I can smell it, it's sitting on their skin all day long.
Yes,
So
that's the point. It's sitting on their skin. They're absorbing that into their skin. They're breathing it in. You're right, all the way around. I 100% agree with you. I feel like the reason why I had so much trouble having babies was because I've been using these products from birth to adulthood. Could these products in tiny small doses be okay? Perhaps. But that's not what happens. We use these products in tiny amounts every day, all the time. So those tiny amounts don't end up being so tiny after all.
Right. They add up and they add up and they just wear down our system. And I'm really fortunate. My husband is a chiropractor, so he's very like natural health minded, and I am a very stubborn person. So it took me a long time. It's funny because I was the one who was pushing the oils on him. Originally I was like, these are really kind of nice. And it was kind of like, so he was not as hard of a sell as maybe some other husbands possibly are, but it still took him, having a personal testimonial about the oils in order for him to realize, wow, there's good here. And after all, he realized, he dug into the science because that's where his mind goes. I'm just looking for the story. Like, I want to see the result. He's looking for the science. And so us together, it's like, it's so interesting what the oils are doing in the body. And I'm getting kind of off subject here. I just get excited about talking about just all things. But
me too.
I'm
glad your husband's a chiropractor. I'll tell you one thing. I'm trying to come up with, I am coming up with what I believe was my protocol to finally having a baby that stuck together. And one of those things that I did, and it kind of clicked on me when I heard another lady's story with the same diagnosis I had, polycystic ovarian syndrome. She went to the chiropractor, and when she started going regularly to the chiropractor, finally she was able to carry her baby long term or even conceive. Wow. And so I think there's something to that. maybe it's not everybody's problem, but in my protocol that I'm trying to come up with, well, I have it. I just have to finally like put it out in the world. That's something I'm going to be addressing too, and speaking to a chiropractor near me about spinal health and how
Yeah.
could that affect a woman's reproductive system.
Right.
I do remember one time going to a chiropractor and I was all stuffed up and he adjusted my neck and there was a pop and suddenly I could breathe. I'm like, wow, that's incredible. So I love chiropractors. I think they're great, a great natural form of health for the body. I know it helps
Yep.
my daughter. I know we're off topic, but if this is going to help a mommy out there that, so I finally had this baby, right? I've been waiting a long time. She wouldn't latch. I waited like 8 weeks. She wasn't latching. She wasn't nursing. I was talking to lactation. A midwife said, go get her adjusted with a chiropractor. Sure enough, she got adjusted, very gentle, very, very gentle.
Yep.
Guess what that baby did? She latched.
Amazing.
Can you I mean, I love chiropractors. They've helped me. They've personally helped me. And so and oils have helped me too when you marry the two together, and that's what you have. Jenny,
That's right.
you're so fortunate. Look at you.
I know. But it took us a long time to get here though, you know. And it's funny because I come from a family that, like, I mean, my dad jokes about chiropractors being quacks, and so he has come around, as have I, and I had never really had an opinion of it, but it was just like, it was always just, we had a different mindset about our health and about wellness and all of that stuff. And it was always like, you wait till you get sick and then you go find something instead of preventative and all of that. And chiropractic is just the opposite. It's like, we're doing things to stay well and to make the body work to its full potential and all that stuff. And so, so for me, like, it was obviously a huge blessing for me because I needed my husband who chose that as his career, which I've known him since high school. We've been friends since high school. And so for me, like, I didn't know that's what he was going to go into. I also didn't know I was going to marry him in high school, but I mean, you know, just still, like, that's just where our paths were headed in that direction. And it's just so cool now because, like, and he incorporates oils in his office, and but we didn't start out doing that, you know. And so that's really exciting. And like I said, I was doing the oils before he was. And yeah, we're very fortunate, really, really blessed because we have the natural health that he has, you know, and he takes care of our family, and then the oils help, and it's just happy marriage of the two, for sure.
I agree. I think he's going a step further with his patients, adding that extra, hey, let's put some Valor on your spine while we do an adjustment, or oh, you have this, blah, blah, blah. I think this would be a great fit for you. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, on Essential Wards, would you be willing to share some of the things you might get on Essential Wards and why you're choosing to get those things?
Okay, sure. So the things that we normally get pretty much every month, unless for some reason we have a lot of it currently, or we always make sure we have the laundry detergent. Like I said, that's a must. We always have the detergent, the deodorant. That's a must. We will not buy deodorant anymore from any other place. Because and I just have to say this, because, you know, there are a lot of places where you can buy natural stuff, and maybe good quality natural stuff, but only one company has Young Living oils in their products, and it's Young Living. So it's like, I know you can get a lot of stuff other places, but you can only get oil infused products with Young Living oils at Young Living. So so we will only buy Young Living deodorant for that reason. Those are two must-haves. We also do the I mean, it's a lot of household stuff. So like the dish soap, we always make sure we put on there. I do split that into 3 bottles though, so that stretches. I don't have to do that every month, but that's another thing we do. Oh, Ningxia, obviously, we do that. And one way, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, you hear that I can't afford the Ningxia or whatever. And we do our best to try to stretch that. So my husband and I always try to have 1 to 2 ounces a day, but sometimes we dilute that just to make it stretch so we can each get some every day. And what we do with our kids is we make Ningxia gummies, which are like, they're more like Jello jigglers, but like for a batch of, I think it's like 25 to 30 little gummies, I guess. it only takes like 2 ounces of Ningxia. And so the kids get a little bit of Ningxia, and we make those and they love them.
Oh my
So
gosh, I need that recipe. That's
yeah,
fabulous.
it's
Do you
really
use
nice.
pectin? Is that what you would use to make that
Say that
kind
again.
of effect? Pectin?
Yeah, so I think it's just 5 things. So it's the 2 ounces of Ningxia. You can use like some sort of a juice. So we get usually pineapple juice. We just like that flavor.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
We get that like the organic kind. We get at our local grocery store. They have kind of a healthier section, so we get it from there. And then the pectin, or oh, what's it called, that goes in Jello. Is that what the pectin is?
That's it. Like, yeah, it kind of, when I make my homemade jelly, I use pectin to kind of make that the Jello type
It
substance.
like solidifies it,
Yeah,
right? Yeah, okay. So that's that. And then oh gosh, I think I always put some lime oil in it. I just love lime. I put that in
lime
everything.
is so good.
And there's one other thing. Oh, it's honey. You can either do honey or blue agave sweetener,
Honey
something
is
like
so
that.
healthy for you. It has
Yeah,
so many health benefits. That's
yeah,
perfect. Would you email me that? Because I would love to use
sure.
that for my kids. That's
Yeah,
brilliant. See
yeah,
how
and
you get like-minded people that you can swap ideas. I love this.
exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I think I've even made it on my Instagram, like made a video of it, because I thought maybe somebody would be interested in, I don't know if it has all the measurements on it, but we just did it kind of as a fun little video one time. So yes, I will get that to you for sure.
That's awesome, Jenny. I
Um,
love that idea.
yeah.
Do you
So
get the Thieves Household Cleaner too on your Essential Rewards order?
yes, and actually, there was a time somehow we got like a ton of bottles. So I don't always, because you only need like the little tiny cap.
Uh-huh.
I buy it every single month because I just don't need to. We had it lasts for so long.
Mhm.
But like we put our kids to work doing chores, and so our kids clean with it, and it's nice knowing that like I don't have to lock my cabinet under the sink, because I'm just like, there's a cleaner. It's the only cleaner that we use. I mean, literally for absolutely everything. So I don't have to be nervous about locking anything up, which is great. But yes, we would put that on if we like were running low and we needed to get some. I just don't have to do it every month, which is great.
Yeah, me
So,
either. Yeah,
yeah,
because it
awesome.
lasts a long time. I found a
Yeah.
great recipe to make a soft scrub with it. I don't know if you do that or if you have the recipe.
Uh-uh.
I can send that to you. So let's swap
Okay.
recipes.
Yeah, that'd
I
be
love
awesome.
this soft scrub because it just gives you that little extra that you kind of need sometimes
Yep.
when you're cleaning, and it's not burning your lungs. I had a friend once who wasn't able to make my child's birthday party because she had got into her shower with God knows what, burned her lungs, and was unable to come into the party. And I think she had to go to the hospital. I don't know if it was that severe. I can't remember. It was a couple years ago. But I just remember before the thieves having to like hold my breath into my shower because I have those doors, not the curtain, and
Oh yeah.
hold my breath to try and clean my shower, and then try to it was awful. It's a mess because I just knew that it wasn't good for me to breathe it in.
Yeah.
So that's gone to the wayside, and like you, that thieves cleaner cleans the whole house. I don't have
Yep.
to use, and the laundry soap lasts a long time for me because I only use a quarter of a cup
Yep.
because it's so concentrated. Even though it says you can use the whole thing,
Right.
it's so concentrated. I just use a quarter of a cup. It lasts
Yep.
forever.
Yeah, it really does. And honestly, like, I don't know how we get so much laundry for the 5 of us. I have 3 kids and a husband, and I don't know. We just have mountains upon mountains of laundry. So usually every month I get a bottle. And so then we never run out. Although right now I need to order more. So I probably should have had it on my ER order this month. But the nice thing is, because I then have earned the points, now I can use the points to just get more laundry detergent, and I don't have to pay for it. So that's pretty awesome.
So there's two ways to get free products with Young Living. One way is, we'll talk about it coming up, but there's the opportunity side. You get a cash, you get a check, and you get free stuff, and then
Yep.
some in a lot of cases. Or you get on Essential Rewards and then you get rewarded. So like Target has 5% no matter what, but it
Right.
stays at 5%. Young Living does something better. Do you want to talk about that, the part with
Sure.
points and all that?
Sure. Which is honestly the best part. So Yeah, the in the first 3 months of, so when you join ER, the best thing that I love about it is that there's no fee. It's just whatever your order is, you're just now on ER. Okay, so you join, you just create whatever you want for that first month, and you get 10% back. You get 10% for the first 3 months. And then when you hit, and it's 3 consecutive months, by the way. And then in the fourth month, you start earning 20. So I think that's huge when you go from 10 to 20, huge amount back. That's really exciting. So then for months, I think it's 3 to 24, again, consecutive months, you get 20% back. And then after that 24 months, it goes to 25% back. And it stays that way forever, which is great. So and like I said, like the fact that a lot of times when I'm like designing my order or whatever, I'm like, okay, what are the important things that we need? And so I'll add those on there. But sometimes I rearrange because I'm like, well, I'm going to get this many points back. I know some people save their points. Usually I budget them into a second order a lot of the time, or maybe I wait or whatever. But a lot of times I'll just budget them into a second order kind of to maximize my, I guess, savings in a way. I mean, it's just being like a frugal shopper, and either way, you know. So, and that's like what I'm doing this month, where I'm using my points to buy my laundry detergent that I really do need, and I'm going to get it for free.
That's so cool. And then on top of the points, at 3, 6, 9, and 12, you get a gift. It doesn't matter the amount. A
Right.
Young Living will send you a loyalty gift, and it's up their choosing. But at 3, 6, 9, and 12, you're automatically going to get a gift from Young Living. Now,
Right.
depending on the order size, Young Living has different tiers, and every single month they change it up. They're giving away a ton of product. So you're not just getting the points. The cash basically turns into basically cash back. Basically,
Right.
um, on top of the points you're now getting free product, and sometimes it's things that I've never used before, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool! I get to try it for free.
Yep.
And then sometimes, at least lately, because I'll buy the makeup and I'll buy the supplements and I'll buy the Ningxia, I'll buy all the things, and then I don't buy an oil. So praise God for the free oils.
Yes.
I need to restock up on my oils. I'm the oil lady, and it's running
Yeah.
on oils. But the free oils every month helps me like kind of replenish my stock. So I
Right.
love that part. And then did you hear this? I heard that pretty soon they're going to start having free shipping in September. Did you hear that?
Yes.
How exciting is that?
Yeah. That's awesome.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So as of
Yeah.
right now, Essential Rewards people, while we're talking, it gets a discount on shipping. So right off the bat, it's just, you're saving money there. Then you're saving money with the points, and then you're saving money with the freebies. So
Right.
is there really any reason not to use Essential Rewards?
Well, I can't think of one. But I do want to say one thing that I have found to be like really, really important. So a lot of the people who get started on Essential Rewards start out by getting oils every single month, which of course is awesome, because oils is the reason why we get into Young Living to begin with many of the time. But like you said, Young Living, first of all, they're super generous. So depending on how large your order is, a lot of times you can earn free oils. Usually it's oils. Sometimes it's some other things that are kind of like a happy surprise. But a lot of the times it's oils. And so I find I buy less and less oils because of, like you said, supplements, personal care, household products that we have to get every single month. And because I'd forgotten to mention supplements, we get those too in our ER order. And then I realized, oh, I didn't buy any oils, but then you get some, like a ton free, it feels like, you know, it's like, and sometimes it's when like I don't even have that oil yet, which is great. Very rarely do I actually need to, you know, other than like the staples like lavender, peppermint, lemon, all those that I'm like, okay, I need to get some more because we just use it so much, you know, every day and stuff. But the thing that I wanted to say was, when people get started, they get their oils every month, but then they start to realize, oh, I have so many oils and I'm not using them. I guess I don't need to be on ER anymore. But I do want to encourage people to rethink that. And the reason is because the big reason is, number one, you're going to lose your percentage of points back. If you stop it, you go back to the beginning, the 10%. But secondly, if you would just take a minute and go through your home and find maybe 2 or 3 products like cleaners, laundry soap, or a hand soap, or anything, supplements, and just make a list of those things that you currently get, and then go on to enter your virtual office and just see what products Young Living carries that you could switch out. You will find that with the freebies that they offer at certain tiers, your percentage of points back, you will find that it's a pretty even trade. Plus what the products do in your body is absolutely worth it. So I hear that so many times where I don't need to be on it because I have so many oils. Then don't get oils on your ER for a while. Try some other things. It will definitely be worth it.
I agree 100%, because I think it was Benjamin Franklin, I could be wrong, that said an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So if you think about, if you just keep putting your health on the back burner all the time, and then you start having to go see the physician all the time, cha-ching, 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 what's more expensive, the front end or the back end? To me, the back end, if you're always having to go see a physician all the time because you didn't take the steps to stay well, right?
Right.
That's what I think anyways. What are some of your favorite supplements that you get from Young Living?
Well, I have hormonal issues, which I think almost all women probably do, at different degrees of severity, probably. But so I do take Thirumin every day. I think I take that one at night. I also take, oh gosh, there's a few, and some of them I do. Well, every winter season, I always take Inner Defense. That's
Yes.
just, preventative measure.
Right here.
Yep, there we go. We also take Life 9 all the time. And my kids do the Mighty Pro.
It's so good. Oh my gosh, so delicious.
Yeah. I mean, it's tasty. It's good. And adults can take it too, but kids love it. So that's great. We take, my husband actually has lactose intolerance. And so for a long time, we would buy a product that is like an antacid at like any pharmacy or whatever. And he started thinking, well, maybe I can switch to something Young Living. Duh. And so I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And so he found that Allerzyme is one that actually helps him deal with that issue. And I have also found, so at every night at dinner, he just always takes one just because you never know any hidden dairy that could be in stuff. And even if I'm very careful, sometimes it just can kind of slip in there. And I have started taking it as well, because the older I get, the more support for my own digestion that I need. And so that has helped me tremendously as well. And I think, when they announced the vitamin D at convention, I
was so excited.
Like freaking out, because every winter I get just, you get like the winter blues or whatever. You need that sunshine. And so the vitamin D supplement, oh my gosh, that is the one thing, like everyone needs to get that on their ER, if nothing else. That and Ningxia, if that's all you do, that would be amazing,
Yeah, 100% agree, because I do need vitamin D. That's per my doctor's orders. So
Okay.
I was so thrilled that I can now start switching that to Young Living. Hallelujah. Yeah. So I appreciate you for coming on and talking about all wonderful things, essential rewards. That way, people, I get so sad that people miss out on this. And if they just realize that they're already buying all this stuff as is, but it's not as healthy, you're not getting rewarded for it. And to be honest with you, if you switch it to an essential rewards order, now your grocery budget actually grows and you can purchase actual food versus the personal care products and the cleaning supplies and so now your grocery budget can actually go for your groceries. So that's a win right there.
That's right.
All right. Well, I have to have you back, Jenny. I have to have you back. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And we will talk to you really soon.
Okay. Sounds good.